How you doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Time for another really quick little vlog. Let's start off. I've had lots of questions and things. Let me turn the fucking radio down so I don't get copyright strikes. So
2022.
Right, we're going to do an updated workshop tour. So here's the part of the kitchenette. Got the sink, got the thunderbox. Look, just there. Got its own little fucking TARDIS thunderbox. And then we've got the kitchen area, canteen, and my table where I do most of my working out and thawing out. A bit of a card collective, and the old trusty thermometer. It's showing a balmy fucking 8 degrees centigrade today, except for freezing tonight. And then we're divided into areas. This area is where I build things up, put things together, strip things down. I don't do mechanical work for other people, but I do my own here, and I have a bike on the ramp for fitting stuff and sorting stuff out. You may have seen my Triumph build, hopefully, and that was on here for fucking ages. But there's my ramp, so I can work without grovelling around on my hands and knees. And here's my trusty toolboxes. This set I've had over 30 years. And that's been with me through thick and thin. And this set I've had maybe 10 years or 8 years, not sure, but less, but a while, you know. And it's full of fucking kit, obviously. I mean, fucking knife drawer and fucking what's in here? Oh yeah, hard to reach things and ratcheting bits and fucking clips and tubes and fucking clamps and shit and so on and so forth. You know, millions of screwdrivers. Just what you'd expect in a fucking workshop environment. A load of metric, a load of AF or SAE, sockets, fucking all sorts of fucking stuff, big screwdrivers, electrical bits, T-bar fucking Allen keys. And then I've got my power tools, my nut runners, because I can do that a lot easier than that nowadays, you know, and torches and shit. Then fasteners for building stuff up. Again, I don't supply fasteners. When I do jobs for other people, but I need them to bolt shit together. And here's my fucking selection of stainless bits and clamps and fucking circlips and ball bearings and grub screws and let's put it over there and fucking all sorts of little things, clips and you know, just them things that you think that come in handy. You need them when you need them, don't you? And we've got me every day, despite having two massive fucking toolboxes and a dolly trolley. Look, I carry that round. I wheel that round to where I'm working, so I'm not grovelling on the floor picking kit up. This is my go-to for most, because it fucking just does it. It's an Alfred's fucking, they're top of the range, advanced, guaranteed for life shit. Unless you have one go walking like this 14mm spanner lock. There's the ugly duckling. Because it grew legs, which I'm fucking not happy about. I'm really not happy about, because I know I've not lost it, so someone else has lost it for me, which is not fucking acceptable in this place. Anyway, moving along. We have a little bit of stock, if you like. Petrol tank, fender, exhaust bits, handlebars, fucking backlights and shit. Bits and bobs, like, yeah. So, that takes us round into fabrication corner, I'll call it, because we've got me mini mill and my old antique fucking, let's have a go, look. Put the light on. Me antique Atlas, fucking love this lathe. Look at that, excuse me if you want to go faster. And my pillar drill, so that's where I do my fabrication work down this end. Got the old pipe bender. Is the Triumph frame. Look, the Triumph frame won't be on that bench. I've put it up there out the way. But this bench is on wheels, believe it or not, and it's got all my hammers on, big adjustables, my grinders and sanders, and a nice meaty fucking record 75, again, antique more or less. Vintage I'm going to go. They're made in the 30s and 40s, so it's not 100 years old. Well, neither is the fucking lathe, thinking about it. That's 90 years old. Anyway, onwards and upwards, I digressed. Here's the bench that I use for welding. It's my fabrication bench, and I also use it as a jig for making frames. If you followed any of my builds, you'd have seen the likes of this frame, for example, being made on there. Good bit of kit. I got it off our Johnny. I had one back in the day that was stood a little bit taller and a little bit wider and a little bit longer, and was probably a little bit better suited, to be honest, because I'm stretching it a bit on that. And it's a bit low down, which it needs to be, otherwise I won't be able to reach up the top of the fucking frames. There you go. And here we have odds and sods, bits and bobs, little pan bender, more power tools, bigger grinders and sanders, and die grinder and bits and bobs, and plasma cutter, don't use very often anymore. Nice little shear and a fucking belt sander. So it's all for fabrication, this end. Big welder, courtesy of our Dean, bless you. Little welders behind it. So this is set up with thick wire. The little one, which is back here, there look, is set up for thin wire for welding boxes and thin sheets and shit. We missed Miss Tiggerwinkle's fucking school for special kids. The old fucking TIG there. Yep, do a bit of alley, do a bit of stainless. I'm no master at TIG, but I do it well enough to get the job done right. And we have the cutting department. So we've got the old faithful bandsaw that you've seen 100 times. It works horizontal and vertical. And we've got a chop-off saw that I use for roughing out tube. Look, there's some stuck in it. So that's kind of this end. This is where I put things together and sort stuff out and get it on the fucking table. Sorry, on the bench. This is where I make things, fabrication corner. Where I do the welding and grinding and fucking a little bit of drilling and whatnot. Alright, onwards to fucking the engineering. This is my favourite bit. I like all of what I do, otherwise I won't fucking do it, to be honest. But I really like, I've got the vintage Harrison 140, bless it. About 40 years old, thereabouts. Made in the 80s, 1980-ish. And we've got a matching vertical mill. Same company, same era. They didn't make very many of these, apparently. This is a rarer model. And I bought it as a pair, to pair up with that. I'd already got this, bought this. Lovely bit of kit. Here's my tooling, a little bit of high-speed steel, a little bit of carbide, some bigger drill bits, Morse taper jobbies. This is what I'm using at the minute for cutting threads. And so on and so forth, you know. I've got a little tool chest that goes with that. That's got me deburring file, a measuring kit, my vernier and my micrometer, and then a fucking rule for the sanity check. And I need a notepad and calculator at my age. And through the drawers we've got various other tools and inserts and the things we need to change them. And I don't know why that's in there. Why is that in there? I'll have a look at that. Don't know. And that one's not. Oh. No, I don't know. I'll have a look. Yeah. Fucking weird. Anyway. And here we've got taps and dies in this one. So it's all me tapping and dyeing. Here we've got tap holders. And we've got a special set of taps that was given to me by my engineer. And I keep them separate. Because A, I've got no room. And B, they're my favourites. You know, they're a gift. More measuring stuff and thread repair stuff. So we've got all our inserts. You've seen me do this countless times. Put helicoils in. Here's my helicoiling bits and bobs. Various sizes. And that last drawer is the seldom seen, I call this. So we've got tooling in here that I rarely use. Massive big vernier that I rarely use. But it keeps it safe and stowed away. Big pile of, I've pressed that down that many times, it's got to be like a solid fucking block in the bottom. And really, I want the tub. I need the fucking tub. So there you go. I need to melt that down. On to Barney Miller. Fucking brilliant bit of old kit this is. Does the job lovely. And it's got its own fucking trolley with all my cutters on and spanners that I use for changing the tools. Drawbar, different holders for stuff. All my collets in there. Parallels in there. I don't know why that was on the piss. There's me jacks under there and my V blocks and 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3 blocks. Different drawbars, different holders, different tooling under there for that. And the seldom seen again. We've got the indexing head and we've got the engineer's clamps. And so on and so forth. Where's my fucking rotary table? Well, there it is. My big rotary table, my 8-inch bollock puller. That is, you fucking need your rubber pants on when you pick that up. For doing rotary work. So, that's kind of my engineering end. So I can cut shit up, I can make it round, I can make it flat and make slots in it. There's a little bit of scope to do that down this end with this mini mill. Fucking don't underestimate that. It's a beautiful, wonderful bit of kit. But this is more for fucking chunky monkey stuff. And here we've got kind of an overspill. A bit untidy looking for me, to be honest. But I've got a lot on, so bear with. We've got an overspill of fabrication corner because it won't fit up that end. We've got my pipe anvil, which there's a video on me making it for rolling, doing bends in fucking sheet metal. Fantastic bit of kit. We've got Daddy Bear, Mummy Bear and Baby Bear, 3 different size tubes, and between the 3 of them you can get fucking loads and loads of different curves and combinations. Really handy. Then we've got my antique fucking guillotine, courtesy of Sean Buster, big love buddy. It was his granddad's. He used to make fucking carriage lamps. I ain't even making it up, carriage lamps. And no longer with us, bless him, but Sean ended up with this. So I had it off him on a deal, and fucking, yeah, it's alright. Good bit of kit. I would prefer something a bit newer and a bit heavier and a bit more capable for cutting things when it struggles, but when it don't struggle, it's fucking brilliant, obviously. And now we're on to steel storage. There's some sheet storage over near the pillar drill, the other end, that I didn't show you. I don't carry a lot. I used to carry quite a bit more, but since COVID, fucking steel prices have gone through the roof. So I don't bother. I just get it in when I need it if I've not got it, if that makes sense. But here we got, this is all leaded, EM1A. So no good for welding, but good for spacers and bits and bobs. I don't know if that's EM1A or not. I think it might be. It's for making nuts, basically, or bolts. But I can't see me buying that in EM1A because I want it harder. I'm gonna check my fucking nothing written this there. I'll check my order history and see what that's made of. And then we've got brass, various bits of brass, various bits of mild steel, which is a spill off of this fucking lot. Look at all these bits, odds and sods. Stainless steel, aluminium, big bits of aluminium down here. Just bits and bobs that won't fit on my steel rack, which is, yeah, look, all different tubing, different solids. We've got some stainless round, we've got some mild steel round, frame tubing, angle iron, bits of flat, and all the stuff that I use to make frames, really, and do what I do. Along the way underneath this racking, we've got a few hidden gems, right? We've got a static. For those of you that are my age, you will remember static and dynamic wheel balancers. And they'll get the fucking job done if you need it, yeah? And there's one there for doing bike wheels that rotates horizontally, vertically, sorry. You set the wheel vertically on this spindle and it spins, and the lowest point, the heaviest point goes to the bottom, so you put a weight at the top, and so on and so forth. So there's car wheels balanced and motorbike wheels balanced, and next to that is a car wheel tyre changer for changing car tyres that I've never used, and I'm hoping I never have to, because it's going to be alright cunt to fucking use. There you go, heavy duty. Then we've got a pipe bender that I bought for doing this, that and the other, but to be honest, I never fucking use it. If anybody wants it, you can have it for half of what I paid for it. If you message me, made a little stand for it. No good for bending frame tube, which is what I bend mostly, so there you go. If I ever got into bending scaffolding bars or something similar, it might fucking do it, but certainly not the best. And a little shop press, again, not something I use very often, but when I do buy fuck, I do, you know. It's only rated 6 ton. I'd like a big 20 ton. Plug it in, fucking push the pedal, hydraulic jobby like, but we ain't got that. Then we've got a buffer polisher, which is set up at the minute with a wire wheel on. And I've been finishing a bit of fine polishing, so we've got a fluffy on there. His own fucking lamp. Yep, happy days. I use that fucking all the time. Surprised that wire wheel is fucking... Yeah, there you go, I use it nearly every day. Here's my old manual pipe bender, old record. I started off with one of these back in the 80s. Fucking brilliant, but you need to be younger and fitter than me to bend tube regularly in it. Frame tube like I use. By fuck, it's hard work. Yeah. Under here we've got all the polishing mops and fucking different compounds and fucking loads and loads of different bits and bobs and gloves, because safety third. And that takes us on to fucking Robbie the robot, the shop glass cabinet. There'll be a glass in there, I think. Fine glass I use, gives a nice finish, makes everything look uniform and gets it ready for powder coating if you're doing little bits. Big bits I take in, get them done elsewhere. This is extraction. That leads us down from prep to paint. So we've got a paint store. I've had this over 30 years, this fucking cabinet, bless it. Yeah. It's got all sorts of 2-pack paints and bits and bobs. I don't stock a lot because I don't do a lot, and some of it's often, it's best fresh, you know. That hardener goes off in time. It'll air set, even though it's a 2-pack thing. You end up with solid bottles. If any of these are... Look, that's an activator. That's supposed to be liquid. It's not liquid. It's just the sands of time have done that. It's fucking the noisy compressor, which is a massive fucking chunk of shit that I got off my dad, and it is at least as old as me. So, there we go. That's a compressor. I use this every day. In fact, I need to turn it on, but it's going to be too loud to hold on. Too loud to video. Just put the lights on in the grow room. I mean, in the spray booth. Look, I call it a grow room. It's fucking, look at it. It's a big polythene tent full of light. Let's go in, have a look. Oh, drop you. Fucking hell, are you still with us? Fucking, that was a bit trippy. There you go. So, into the grow room. We're not even fucking stoned. I don't get stoned. I've got a bit of an eater. Bless her. She's a good girl, Anita. Bit of extraction. A few aerosol touch-up bits and bobs. Plenty of light, and we hang stuff up and we keep stuff warm. And basically it keeps the shit from outside getting on the paint and stops the paint getting on the shit that's outside. You know, when I spray that engine later, I don't want to spray my bike or someone else's bike at the same time, and I don't want a load of shit in it, so I'm coming to the fucking grow room. Oh, there we go, we're all tented in. Turn the extraction on, a big sucker fucking sucks the shit out there. And we put that little fan on and that blows air in, and we've got some filter fucking, that side's filtered up so it sucks in there at the same time. They've got plenty of airflow and it's not too bad. And it is part of my paint prep area, this workbench, but there are store oils and petrols and fuels and stuff underneath it, just because you've got to have somewhere to put it, haven't you? But on here, although it's cluttered at the minute because I'm doing stuff, it's stuff that I'll prep. I'll clean this by hand. I've took it off the engine to clean it. That's junk from a job I've just done on my car. But there's all my sanding pads and DAs and fucking, there's a degreasing bath there, and there's filler and all sorts of bits and bobs that you use when you're getting stuff ready to go into grow room, like into the tent to fucking spray. Right, I think it was Mr. B was asking about what's what with the bikes, and this is, I've got 4 in here. There's my Triumph engine. I'm getting prepped up, ready to paint. which is, the weather's fucking turned so cold the last few days. Typical when you're getting ready to paint, you want it warm and dry, and the forecast snow. Fuck me. So there you go. That's one of mine, if you like. It's scattered to the winds in here, look. We've got, here's the wheels from it, and here's the polishing from it, and here's needs something doing to it, but not vital, you know, bits and bobs need doing to that box, and they're ready to go. And the frame you've seen there, like I say, if you follow the series, then you'll be familiar with the chopper build, with the Triumph 900 chopper build. Here's bits that need, I don't know why that's on here, maybe I'm thinking of making, don't know. But these all need, this is powder coating. They all need something doing to them before they go for powder coating. That's not powder coating, that's going to be polished, but I need to make a lid, and so on and so forth. So these need some fabrication and attention, like these need welding, that needs cleaning up, that needs welding, etc, etc. So there's that's the Triumph in fucking scattered to the wind. I'll move these boxes out of my way and put them on the fucking, on the hydraulic bench over there, leaving it down like. Oh yeah, and there's another box for the Triumphs. These are things that I don't think I'll use, but I might, if that makes sense. So there's the wiring looms in here, which is going to prove useful, because I'll need some plugs and shit off it, and other stuff that I just don't think I'll use. Carrying on with my bikes, this is my dyno. I bought this for me and our Lizzie to go out on, and yeah, I'm fucking, look, it needs a clean. I've put some detailing stuff next to it to remind me to give it a clean. This is 2001, so it's 21 years old, and it's been stage 3 tuned, which means it's got a big 1600 engine. They didn't make them with a 1600 engine back then. So it's got a big bore on it, different barrels and pistons. It's had a bit of edge work, got a big cam. It's got a new cam, lumpy cam, and it's got the exhaust, these Van Sonines short shots with the baffles cut out. Cob's been set up to suit, so it fucking does it actually. Performance wise, it's fucking, yeah, it proper grunts like. Got full controls fitted, which are not standard, so aftermarket forwards, which I keep thinking I'll change for something more fabric, more me, but they're fucking great. Again, it's faultless, this bike. It's got the billet wheels, different mudguard, I changed the handlebars. It's got different handlebars. It's got matching Lapera leather seats. It's got different seats, different rear shockers, different foot pegs. The grab rail's not standard, this chrome grab rail. Lizzie asked for just a little something to hold on to, so we got that, fitted that. Different backlight, Royal LED'd. Smoked out with a cover and a natty little lifter bracket for the fucking license plate. Same with the front, we're LED'd, and we're straight if you're watching Pinker. Fuck me, pulled me up on that. One of the things I really like is I fitted these tiny Kellerman indicators that look like they won't do shit, but they'll fucking detach your retina when they're turned on. They're shockingly bright. So that is a mild custom. It's a standard bike with a shitload of work done. In fact, the only thing that's not been altered, really, is the frame. You know, the engine's been done, the wheels have been done, forwards have been done, handlebars have been done, lights have been done, seats have been done, backrest, sissy bar, grab rail's been done, shocker's been done. Fucking hell, you know, we're running out of things to be done, apart from chopping the frame. So that is for me and my missus to eat them miles, and boy, fuck it does. Lovely bike, love it. So that brings us on to Harry the Bastard, tucked away in there, bless him. I'm going to pull him out a bit. Bear with, I'll just pause you. That's better, you can see him better. So, if you follow my channel, go and find the one that got away, and it tells you the story of Harry the Bastard. It's my childhood dream was to own a custom Harley, and the division of the custom Harley changed as times went on. But in a nutshell, I was 13 when I formulated this dream. You know, I've got to have one of them custom fucking Harley-Davidsons. That's the pinnacle of biking for me. 13 years later, I managed to get myself 1980 80 cube shovel head. So I managed it, and it evolved into this full custom fucking bike that you see before you. It's been in and out of my life once. When I was really struggling with drug addiction and in a really bad place in an abusive marriage, I ended up selling it and pined for 6 years, and through the love and support of a couple of real good friends, one of which is no longer with us, I managed to get it back. So there you go, Harry the Bastard, fucking full custom. Had it over half my life. If you omit the sabbatical where I went away for 6 years, I was 26 when I got it, and I'm 55 now. So I've had it nearly 30 years, and it is basically a 1980 80 cube engine with a 4-speed gearbox. That's what I started off with. Then I've made full controls and the full chassis, obviously. Made the frame. Modified the exhaust from some drag pipes that I had. Welded the mufflers in and made them fit right, and chopped and sorted. Used a soft tail oil tank to get the look. 5-gallon fat bobs. Modified a rear trailer fender or some flat thing, I can't remember now. That's all beefed up and sorted and made to fit. And the wheels and brakes and forks are out of a Suzuki RF 900, which is a bit of a rare beast in itself now. But it's a GSX 1100, will do it, you know, 1100 Suzuki. Massive big headlights, nice thick slab top yoke. My bars, I made these bars at a time when you could not buy anything like it. And I called them fucking paperboy bars, because they were like the old push bikes from the 50s in America that the paperboys used to ride, in my imagination, you know. And they became known as beach bars, and they became available every fucking where. Same with the 1 1/4. They made an 1 1/4 tubing, and it steps down to 1 inch for the controls. Nobody did it back then, in the 90s, you know. Mid-90s, you couldn't buy shit like that. Nobody thought of fucking making that commercial. So I made them. Like I said, I made my own forwards, made my own chassis. If it's made of metal, I did it. Apart from the fucking engine and wheels and shit, obviously. There's my 3 bikes. Between the Blue Diner, Harry the Bastard, and the Triumph. There's 3 of my bikes, sorry. There's another one, which I won't bother uncovering. There's a 600 Suzuki that's mine. Suzuki, underneath that cloth. 600 Suzuki. It's got fucking all sorts. It's a right mess. I was going to do a little rigid out of it. No, but there's my 4. Right, that brings us on to the other fucking vehicles that are in here, don't it? Well, this is the big red chopper, our Dean's. It's now blue. I've just got these, look, these axle plates to finish the end of the frame. I've just got the bolts came yesterday, little Samsung bolts, so I've got to drop them on. And that'll clean up this little, they've just gone there, cover that up. So that's our Dean's. Here's our Mickey's chopper. That's in for a few bits and bobs, we'll say, but it's having, there's electrical work which I say I don't do, but I've ended up going, yeah, I'll do it. So that's going to be a bit of a pain. I think that'll get its own video. I managed to get it running. It's not run properly for years. And I've managed to actually get it firing up and running okay. Yeah, seems okay. So that's happy days. We've got our Stan's Motor Martin that you saw me make a very limited start on. I'm awaiting more time, Stan, if you're watching. And further instruction, because you're fucking vague as vague can be, mate. I'm not sure what I'm doing next, to be honest. But as soon as I get time, I'll do whatever it is. Yeah? We've got our Lee's fucking Triumph. He's going to have a featherbed frame, or featherbed style frame. There's his forks and wheels and swing arm. We're going to go with shockers, double shockers, instead of the monoshock. I believe. I'll have to check my brief, but I'm pretty sure we are. So that's in for that. There's a frame there. This is our Rogers, bless him. Send lots of love to Rog and his family. His dad's in a bad place at the minute, health-wise. And that was in for a few bits and bobs, and now it's just waiting for him to pick it up. But there's no rush because he's got other shit going on in his life. This is our Tonys. Little Tonys, which I need to be getting on with again as soon as I get time, I'll get on. He's painting my Triumph for me. So, that's happy days. I made the frame for that. It's a lovely little chopper. That's going to look fucking beaut. Behind that, we've got this Marauder. Doc from Ireland brought over. That I'm not the happiest man on the planet when it comes to that. I think the least said about that, the better at the moment. But we always end up with one of them, don't we? And our deck's fucking wide at both ends. Suzuki that's been in here fucking about. I've had it a year, and I keep dropping on it and doing stuff for him. Again, he's really struggled just lately. With COVID got him, and they realised he's got lung disease, the same as me, so he's proper kicked his arse, bless him. Next to that, we've got our Jules's XS 750 that's stood in a shed, fucking totally disemboweled for 20 years or 30 years, whatever. And that's waiting for a wiring diagram. They're going to bring me a wiring diagram or workshop manual or something, and I'll get the cobs cleaned and I'll hot wire it and see if it fucking runs. We'll go from there. If it runs, I'll get the job of putting it back together and making it work. If it don't, then they'll be breaking it on that their eBay, I guess. And we've got our Nicky's Z1300 trike, which is in for quite a bit of work, but our Kev, her other half, bless him, has fucking broke his leg. So that's gone on hold while he convalesces and gets his shit sorted, so we can press on with that. And then this is our Dean's Triumph chopper, which I think's got its own playlist. He bought the engine and the frame to me with these Harley spoke wheels, so really nice. And said, can you make it all fit together? So we've started making it all fit together. But that's just to do it when you can type fucking job. So that is all of the bikes. How many we got? We got 4 of mine, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got 15 in at the minute. It's a good job I got all this fucking room. Right, there you go, look. Fucking take note. Into the office. Into the inner sanctum. Which is not a space that I film very often, but this is where I sort. If I have to go online and sort shit out, I do it in here. Because it's fucking freezing in here for half of the year. I can get this room pretty warm, and it's got a bit of a man cave feel about it. I think in one of my latest vlogs I came in here and did a bit of filming. But it's, you know, it's decorated and adorned. There's my riding gear from the other day on leather settee, on casting couch. Not the real one. Ridiculously comfortable seat for the diner that I can barely touch the floor when I put that on. And Alice really likes it. But if we were going Germany or somewhere, I'd put that on and stick her on the back. Little rack for if I ever go solo. And some panniers that I bought that I'm going to adapt to fit one on each of me rigids. I'm going to have one on the side of the shovel head and one on the side of the Triumph. I think that's what I'm toying with. And my helmet selection. There's a couple of full face that I really don't like, but sometimes you need to. This one's device is fucking fixed, although it's got the thing inside, the pin lining, whatever they're called, that don't mist up. So if we're going away and it's shitty, I'm going to be wearing that for sure. Not that, not the fucking Power Ranger Shuri. I had this one, I had XJR 1300 standard. Fucking thing was fucking like a rape tape. So my missus at the time, Victor number 2, insisted that I wear a sensible helmet, so I bought that, but I don't really like it. And other assorted fucking bits and bobs. Yeah. Happy days. So that's the whole. I suppose we should look at storage, kind of. These are my dad's, my stepdad. Not Gus Git, Ken, bless him. We lost him 3 years ago. Coming up to cancer. And I ended up with a lot of stuff out of his workshop. And these drawers are part of that, and it's just full of fucking stuff. It was a proper fucking hoarder, you know. There's all sorts of stuff in here that I drop on. It's just one of them things. If I need it and I've not got it, I'll look in there, and it usually is in there, which is mad. And we've got the washing area. That jet wash I had out the other day, and I've not put it back in the hole. Belongs there behind Rogers, with various chemicals and washing stuff for washing vehicles, because I wash my car and bikes and stuff either here or at home. I've got a similar setup at home. Then we've got aerosol paints and bits and bobs on the shelf, and charging systems and fuel additives and a sort of. I know it looks a bit fucking eclectic, because it is, but it works for me. with the bits and bobs. These are all rags. More polishes. I don't know. Don't ask me why my fork oil is on the top shelf there. I should have put it away after I did the shovel head, but I don't know where to fucking put it. Because there's not room under there, under that bench, look. Under there, it'll just get kicked around, so I'm going to drop it on top of those fucking tile things, I think. That'd be the best place. Now I've got assorted electrical cables and fucking plugs and shit and bits and bobs. There's a lamp up there that needs fitting somewhere. Little bits for cars, electrical parts for cars. Some power tools, sanders and shit, and power belts and a fucking more stuff for working on wood. There's a planer in there, electrical planer, and more chemicals and blowtorch and cleaners and fucking stuff, because you do. Abrasives here, all abrasives. We've got emeries and we've got a few DA pads and we've got fucking a box of Scotch-Brite things. A sander there that I'm trying to get rid of. If anyone wants a 115 4.5 inch sander. Makita, good bit of kit. So yeah, that's that. And these are our stands bits and some of our decks bits, because everyone comes with a load of bits, don't they? The last on the agenda is the tattoo studio, which I'm not going to be able to film without putting myself in the shop, because there's a couple of fucking massive mirrors. Tattoo studio, yeah, fucking this is one of my favourite places in the old workshop. I've tattooed forever. And my missus tattoos. There's all my handmade machines, look. I have all handmade tattoo machines. Oh, one's fell over. Terry's just fucking fell over. There's me getting my face tattooed by fucking Terry from Knots, bless him, lovely bloke. Hello. Common coffee is fucking... Oh, wrecking the fucking joint, look. I'm in here 2 minutes and knocking stuff over. But here's a tattoo studio, so... This is where we do our private tattoo work. Not open to the public. But we had a tattoo studio in town for fucking 16, 17 years, whatever. And when I moved in here, I wanted to keep that going. So we tattoo the few select that want work doing. Nice tattoos on nice people is the remit, like. Apart from that, then we don't fucking do it. And then I'll keep a record with the carbons, of all the carbon work that we've done over the years. Yeah, really fucking like it. Which, that brings us back to the canteen. I'm going to have my fucking coffee now. I've recorded that for you lot. Got my eggs there for my breakfast. On my cook up fucking... I've gone back to gas because it warmed up. Now it's fucking on cold again. This still sounds cuntish, but it ain't. I've been running the petrol stove. Have you seen the price of fucking petrol? Fuck that. It's cheaper to run on gas. Or cheaper to use the alcohol stove with the fucking... The old paraffin lamp's fucking favourite. Ain't it? The old meths. So, there you go. I'm going to make myself a fresh ground coffee in the old AeroPress that I use upside down. I'm going to whack the heater on while I drink it. And I'm going to stitch this together for you lot. So, that just leaves me to thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a sub. Please, please, please get the shares going, eh? Let's spread some love. Check out my friends in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Big love.